Yo, what's going on? What a trade we took today to end the month profitable. The trade setup was this huge balance range that we created from the last 3, 4 days. We broke it to the downside this morning, and we broke a demand zone, and we broke Friday's low right here. Once we broke that, came back and retested it. That's where I took it short for continuation lower, and I got a great entry short and a great exit. Let's get into the live trade. All right, there's my entry short. We just retested that Friday low, and I'll show you guys on the order flow after this trade what I saw to specifically enter that trade at that moment. And my stop loss was a bit higher, a bit large at $217, above a buyer that I saw trapped on the order flow. So I was short here around the middle of that prior sell-off lower during the morning. Yeah, and I just wanted to see a continuation lower, break the low of day, and move quickly. After playing around at my entry for a little bit, we started to move in profit at this point and make a lower high, and it was looking good at this moment. At this point, the lower high was confirming, and buyers were having a hard time kind of supporting their low that they just put in. So it was looking really solid here. Here I am up 101R. So buyers were just showing no defense of this low. They tried to pop it up really quickly and just got shot down immediately. At this point, I saw that news was coming out in 7 minutes. And I was up around 2 to 1, a little bit under, probably 1.5 to 1 R. So I moved my stop loss to break even. All right, so this was a really solid move, and here was the low a day approaching, and I just wanted to see price react once we broke that lower day. If we reclaimed it or if we continued much lower with volume, it would tell me a lot about this trade. After some more trash attempts from buyers, we started to break the low of day right here, and yeah, I was looking for the reaction from this risk off trade. We broke it here, and buyers were not present. We continued even lower. We didn't reclaim the low of day. Beautiful continuation move right here. This is exactly what you want to see on a breakout or breakdown. At this point, I was up 3R on the trade. Normally, I would have held into that target for around a 5R, but news was coming out in 2 minutes, and I didn't want to hold through news. There were so many different news coming out. So here I took off, 60% of my position. So yeah, I tried to take off 60%, and I did the common mistake of selling more. I don't know why I keep doing that, no excuse. So I had to buy twice again, and my orders got all messed up. I was only holding 2 micros at this point, and news was 30 seconds away, and I was realizing that my RR was pretty solid. So I just exit the whole position there for a 3.2R on the entire trade. Beautiful setup, and we managed to exit right at the bottom of this trade right before news came out right here. All right, coming over to the order flow to bookmap, show you guys what I saw. Here is around where Friday's low was initially broken. Right here, we saw some large selling, broke it really quickly to the downside, consolidated, bounced, found a bottom, traded back up into Friday's low, where I saw a large buyer right here enter the market, and right after that large buyer entered, we quickly shot down. So I entered short right there once we rejected that buyer's position because he was underwater and he was going to have to cover, stop out of the trade for a loss, which would help the trade continue to the downside. So we traded like you guys saw. It was a little sketchy at first, but it ended up working out. and I sold down here right before news came out. At this point, we are making a complete V-shaped recovery from that downside move. I really got a good exit and I snagged the bottom of this trade, which is super beautiful. Pretty happy with how I traded in the month of April. I will be making a full recap video from the entire month to see how I can improve for the future and what I learned from this month. Thank you if you stayed to the end of this video. I hope you guys traded well and stay tuned for some more live trades. Peace.